Welcome to Psychologie of Home. I'm here today with Jessica, who just graduated from Psychologie of Home Design School. So we're checking in with her. So how are you doing?
Great.
So good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, it's been a month, a little over a month.
Yeah.
So let's back way up to a very young Jessica and talk about how design and home and decor has played a role in your life and kind of when you recognize that I really like everything related to a house.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. It's funny you say that because it wasn't until I really signed up for your course and then it dawned on me how much I've loved design all of my life. When I was, third grade, I'm moving my furniture in my room. I didn't like it. My mom would come in our room and be like, "What are you doing?" I'd be like, "I'm rearranging my room. I don't like the flow. I feel like I need to change it." And then my grandpa, for my birthday, he was like, "What do you want?" And I was like, "I want to redecorate my room." So, I did the faux paint, with the sponge, because that was very trendy.
Did you do it yourself?
Oh yeah. Yeah. DIY.
Yeah.
With like a 4-poster bed with like leopard printed pillows that I just, thought my bedroom was so cool. So
yeah. This is older than third grade though, right?
Yeah. This is fast forward to like
I'm like,
freshman high school, but I was always designing and decorating my space. It was always really important to me. And, just, fast forward and I was like, wow, that was always been important to me. Always something I loved doing, but I just didn't, I didn't really notice it.
Yeah.
So.
And what about your home growing up? Like you probably didn't have as much control over other rooms, but what was that like for you? Like some people really loved their childhood homes. Some people were like embarrassed. Like what was your kind of relationship with your various childhood homes?
Yes. Yeah. My relationship was I always wanted to update our home and redesign it and change it. And would be frustrated I couldn't. So that's why I felt like I would take the control in my room because I could somewhat control that with paint and pillows and things that were a little more affordable. But it always did bug me. The other people's spaces as well.
And like anything, like can you remember like a living room or like kitchen?
We bought a home from a lady who loved purple, and everything was purple. The walls, the floor, the counters, the bathtub.
Oh my God.
Everything was purple.
It was a purple bathtub.
Yes.
Okay.
And so
this must have been like mid-century.
Yes.
Era.
But not the good kind.
Yeah.
Not the good mid-century. And I just remember hating that bathtub and that bathroom. And that was the first thing my parents did was ripped out like the purple carpet. My mom was like, "I hate this carpet. It's so ugly." But, they were on a budget, so they could only do,
so much,
the necessities. But I do remember being a little embarrassed because, I just wanted to make it in my mind this different house than what I had. So.
Yeah. And I mean, kids take pride in their homes. Like, your friends come over and you want them to, think it's cool. And did your mom have a good eye or do you think that you were kind of born with it and she wasn't?
Yeah, she
might be watching
into that. No, she knows. I'm like, how are we related? No, she's more of, she has a horse. She's like a barn gal. And I'm more of like the fashion, the house stuff, the decorating. So she would always ask me like, what do you think? Or what should we do? I mean, I help her still with like clothes and all of that stuff. So we're not on the same page.
What about dad? Was he an influence here?
No. He was tidy, but he was like former military and then like a contractor. So design, it was like function for him. So I was on my own island alone.
Sorry, there's a lot of noise down that hall.
Yeah.
So dad, what kind of a contractor?
He did drywall and framing.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah. Now he's a building inspector. So I've just always been around the house. And my mom is a broker that sells real estate. So I've been in it my whole life around houses. Design. I'm a broker right now. So, Yeah.
So Jessica is a residential real estate broker.
Yes.
And so when did you start thinking about making a transition to doing interiors?
Yeah, my path was torn. I wanted to go to interior design school for college.
Okay.
But my rational Capricorn brain was like, go to business school. So I ended up going to U of O for business school and kind of playing it safe because I was like, I can get a job and I can make money immediately, and then fast forward, I'm going to be 40 next year. And I'm just like, this is not what my soul wants.
Yeah.
I'm not getting the creative outlet I need because even though I do residential sales, it's mostly property management. And so I do oversee a lot of turnover and updating and remodel, but it's investors and there's no joy. It's like white walls.
Yeah.
What is the cheapest countertop?
It's always about what's cheap. Yeah.
Apartment grade carpet. And so it's not a lot of joy.
Yeah.
It's neutral and appeasing to everyone. So when I just knew there was something else I wanted to do. And I write affirmations. I'm big on that, which I loved about you and the book you suggested because I'm really big on that. So when we chatted, that really connected with me where I was like, right, she vibes with what I think. And so
and you're talking about the Jen Sincero book?
Yes.
So everyone who comes to design school has to read Jen Sincero's You're a Badass at Making Money before you come to design school to be primed for a wealth mindset. So
exactly. Yeah. So, and I have been writing that I make so much money doing something I love.
Mm.
And I left it open and vague because I felt like when I was making my window so small and making it more about my work I was doing and making more money in that, was like, I kept thinking in the back of my mind, but I don't not want to make more money in that, but I didn't want to keep limiting myself to staying there because I wanted to think bigger than that.
Okay.
And so I had been kind of saying that for a couple weeks. And then lo and behold, Cammie's notification of interior design school pops up on my Instagram feed. And mind you, I have no idea where she's at. I just see it's like this online interior design school.
Oh, really? Okay.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what I need. I read the curriculum and I was like, this is feeding what I need. Exactly. Because I'm a single mom. I work full time. I don't have time to go back to school for 2 to 4 years to get my interior design degrees.
Yeah.
So, when this popped up, I was like, oh my gosh, this is like I answer to my affirmations. And then I see she's in freaking Southeast Portland and I live in Tualatin. It's like takes me like 15, 20 minutes to get here. And that you have an in-person class. And I was like, this could not have been more perfect.
Universe tapping you on the shoulder.
Yep, definitely. So it was really cool. And then the whole experience was just, amazing from there.
Yeah. But, so often, and thank you. Yeah. So often we have these feelings and we want to do something in our life. We want to reach our potential and go big with something. But we see these signs, literally like we're in the same city and the school's right here, but a lot of people still say no. They still throw up obstacles and they still say, not right now. I'm not ready. Or, you know what? I do have to have a 4-year degree to do this job. And, you start second guessing yourself, over analyzing it, and you start putting obstacles in there and and not saying no. So really congratulate yourself on the fact that you said yes. I'm sure there were reservations. I'm sure there was some imposter syndrome, laced in there. But that you trusted me, you trusted that this opportunity presented itself. And I always want to applaud people for when they just are aware of the signs and they actually say, yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah. And you don't have to go to a 4-year interior design school for this job. It's what's interesting is you went to U of O, you did the business degree, and then you went into real estate, and now you're going into interior design. Neither of those vocations require a college degree.
No.
Because, for interior design, it really is. It's about our portfolio.
Yes.
I mean, that people are hiring us for the work we've done in the past. They're coming to, our websites or social media or whatever, and they're seeing our work and they're like, that's me. That's exactly me. Yeah. They're seeing themselves in a reflection of what we do.
Exactly.
So how is it going for you right now? You came and you did a whole week with me, 6 days, all day, including field trips and all the fun stuff. And you learned some new skills that you hadn't put your brain into before, like the floor planning and space planning. I know that was like everyone's hardest day, was just learning a new skill. So telling your brain like, hey, we're going to be okay. But it's hard. It's frustrating at the beginning. So how is it going right now? Like
good.
You're a month out.
Yeah. So, it's going amazing. And I think my story is a little bit unique because I skipped over it a little bit, but, and we chatted that I actually had a project that I was given by clients that I did pitch myself for. And I had no portfolio, no experience. They didn't ask me. And I just said, I think I have experience with, doing turnovers for rentals. And I have general contractors and I have painter, I have all these people I use.
Yeah, you've got the subs.
On a small scale, but I haven't put them together on one large project. But I was like, but I do that and have been doing that for 19 years. Like, I know I've got this.
Right.
So I just told them, trust me, this is my vision. And they said, okay. And I was like, oh my God, it worked.
You're like, oh my God, they said yes.
But then, then my mind's like, crap, but I don't really know what I'm doing. So then that's also what motivated me for your course, because I was like, I'm just missing those extra pieces of that framework of the floor plan, of the,
design
the
concepts.
Design part, I felt like my taste was there, but it was, I'm spending hours researching at night, kind of reinventing the wheel. And like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
So when I saw your course, I was like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
And then I needed to go to them for a budget increase because my vision and our budget were not seeing eye to eye. I was like, I really just see this like, plaster fireplace and, plaster, vent hood and not the stainless one from Home Depot, but that's where our budget was. And I used the deck that you taught us how to make and found some vision and inspiration. And I put together this whole, presentation for them of like, this is how much I need, but this is where your money's going and like what I envision us doing. And they're like, okay. Again, and I'm like, oh my God, it's like, what have I been doing this whole time? Like, and I know it's not always that easy, but
no, but when you get really organized and you do your due diligence, you get all your inspiration together, you organize it in a beautiful design presentation, and that you're willing to have what can be a hard conversation about money. But the whole point is to elevate this home for them. And you really have to show them how you can do that and have these like, a little bit sometimes uncomfortable conversations about money. And I've seen time and time again that my clients are like, that does look very compelling. Yeah, we love that.
Exactly. So they needed the vision and you taught us how to do that and present that. So with that tool, I think they would have been a lot more resistant to invest that money. And I was just like on day 2, I'm like, I'm already getting value. Like I already pitched this. She taught it. I just used it. I just went for it, did it. And then it worked. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this stuff is working in real life, So that's what I want people to know is that it's not just a concept. Like I actually used it from day 2.
Yeah. I mean, that's amazing.
So, I was like, all right, let's just use this. I'm going to use the investment I made and make the best of what I'm learning. So
yeah. I mean,
it really does work.
Well, the thing is, I didn't have this program when I started out. So 12 years ago, when I decided I'm going to be an interior designer, I really created the curriculum and the program that I would have wanted. And I like things to be in sort of boot camp format. Yeah. So you're building, from one day to the next. But what I saw with the March students that the school that you were in was you guys were so quiet day 1. I mean, it was just kind of like, there's a lot of nerves and, a little anxiety, probably like kind of a little competition between, I wonder if she's like more talented than me and that kind of thing. By day 3, I could just see your confidence just like go through the roof. And all of a sudden you guys are just like all super bubbly and chatting with each other and asking me a million questions. And, just the energy, just like, I could just tell your guys' confidence was, just escalating. And by day 6, it was like, what was so funny is on day 6, we ended at 3 p.m. and I'm popping champagne and like thinking we're going to go into party mode. And you guys are just sitting at your computers, all practicing like floor plan and space plan. They're like, no, we're launched. We're doing this. We're actually just going to go be interior designers now. No time for champagne. And I'm just like, okay.
Yeah. No. Everyone's like, let's hit the ground running.
I know. I thought you guys were like, literally, it was awesome.
It was great. Yeah. I think as, it's so funny you say that because it was so fun. Even all of the, contacts, like we follow each other on Instagram and we're like planning to, meet up in Vegas.
Oh my God.
So it's just so cool that we really did meet like some really cool people.
Just the idea of me putting you guys all together, that makes me so happy.
And that was not anything, for me, I'm like, get in, get out, give me information. I'm busy, and that was just an extra added bonus.
And are you going to Vegas to go to market?
Yeah, go to market.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So that's exciting.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So
So
get a little sun in because it will be so hot in August. Oh my god!
yeah, you're not
like
going to
Vegas in August.
You're just going to go from like the bus to, because it's like a bus they take you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, from the hotels to market.
Yeah.
What was, out of the 6 days that we did, because every day has a different focus.
Yeah. What
was the most challenging for you, like even going into the day? Like, was it floor and space planning? Was it marketing? Like,
I don't know. I mean, I honestly was so excited, and I'm a nerd at heart that loves learning. So like everything, I was just like, I couldn't wait to learn and take it in. So nothing for me personally felt like intimidating. And I feel like the program you taught us, I know some people had some problems with their computers or software.
Yeah.
Mine worked fine. So I was like, this isn't that bad.
You're like, I don't have a problem.
Yeah, I don't know. So I think it was great. I really don't think there was any, I mean, you made it so easy to move from one segment to the next, and you already kind of told us what the day-to-day schedule was.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like I never felt like a deer in headlights.
Okay.
And then, or you would address, okay, we need to move on, because sometimes there'd be lots of questions where it's like, okay, but we have to move on. But we'll come back to that. So I loved that you always made time for questions, like in the breaks. Like, you'd answer our questions instead of eating, which was like so nice. We could sit there and be like, everyone else is eating. And
I lost like 4 pounds that week.
Trapped there with questions. I'm like, wait, don't leave, Cammie. I have one more question. Sorry, you can eat later. No, so I really don't have any complaints. I don't feel like anything felt overwhelming or confusing. I really think it all flowed well.
That's so good to hear.
Yeah. And then at the end, you even were more, like more questions. So yeah, for me at the end, I'm like, let's just do this. Let's start to make some money. And
you're just like ready. Show me the money.
Go. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's funny. And so that's really great feedback. And thank you. Because I know that I've been talking to quite a few of the students that took the March School from Zoom and from in person. And I've made myself available to people. I've been doing Zoom calls and just, kind of seeing where people are at. The online portfolio seems to be the sticky point, just getting that work up there on the interwebs. And so people, potential customers, clients can come hire you. Yeah. So how's that for you? Like, what's your online portfolio?
For me, what I keep telling myself is just, I'm doing all of the parts in motion, because right now I got another remodel. Actually, it's not like as big as the first one I had.
That's amazing.
But I had another one where
Congrats.
so I'm doing it's like a little tiny cute kitchen in like 1,000 square foot like little house.
Oh my gosh!
But it's so fun. It's almost cute because it's just so tiny. And I'm like, yes, I can't wait to do this. So I got that. So it's like I have these 3 open projects, but they're not done yet. Yeah. So I'm just telling myself, you're just waiting. It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. I'm doing all the steps like in place to get there. And so I think that is what I would tell anyone else. It's like, it doesn't need to be today. And make sure, I would rather guard my content of making sure it's what I really want and speaking to my vision than just throwing anything out there.
Yeah. No,
so,
smart.
I really want to wait till these projects are done. And I'm already kind of doing teasers of like, when we had demo, and then it's like, it's coming, and I made an Instagram, of people that follow me already from other stuff, that I'm kind of letting them know I'm doing that. I'm already getting questions. So it's kind of a nice teaser to just let people know. But I feel like
keep your name in people's mind.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for that moment. So for me, I was really stressed about that. I was like, I don't have content. Like, my house is half done. Everywhere is half done. Like, I don't have anywhere that I feel like is going to speak to like what I want to put out there yet, but I know it will come. So I feel like every day I'm just doing things to like get one step closer. I'm not slacking at all, or, there's an active steps.
Yeah. So that's really what I wanted to know. Are you slacking?
No. And that is, I think, what's important is just, don't let too much time drag. Like, be figuring out, like,
for sure,
starting your emails or whatever you need to do for the state to register whatever you need for your business. Like, there are all those moving parts you can be doing that might not be your portfolfolio, but they're pieces you need to get to advertise yourself to get to that point.
They help you with the momentum.
Yes.
You don't want to be dropping the ball and just like taking a week where, because our mind will just like, you don't know, it could just sort of like not be as enthusiastic and as motivated, a week later. So
Yeah.
I think doing those little details that you can do right now while you're
Yes.
waiting for these jobs to be done.
Yes.
And truth is, you're in a unique position because you have 3 jobs right now.
Yeah.
And you don't have an online portfolio. So
No.
that's not going to be everybody, who
Yeah,
comes through design school. They're going to
exactly.
really have to focus on
Building that.
and using their own home to, get
Yeah.
stage some photos and
Yes.
start getting their work out there.
Yeah.
So I think you have kind of a leg up. And the fact that you're in real estate, I mean, real estate brokers are expert networkers.
Yes.
I mean, they just are. I get so
Too
much business.
No, just kidding.
But what?
Too much. So sometimes my mom's like, "Oh, good, you got on that board, so you can tell people to use." I'm like, "That's not why I got it on it, Mom, but thank you."
Yeah, everything you do, you must
everything
be.
is not a sales pitch.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
So I'm not big on that. I'm more of like a sharer, like here's my information, so that part I am not the best at.
Yeah. Well, I think you can be, subtle and still, get yourself out there.
Yeah.
So, okay. So we're kind of pausing on online portfolio until it's a little bit more perfect.
Yeah.
And I think
I need to not be so, I can get in that route though, where it's like you want it to be too perfect. And luckily I didn't do that with the just taking the action of telling people.
Yes.
Because I can do that where, I read
you
those
can
quotes
market
where it's
and
something like people that are doing what you want to do are doing it, even though you're better, whatever those sayings are. And I'm like, yes, that is me.
Yeah.
I just want to have it perfect. I want to know everything. And that really, with your course and then just changing my mindset was like, just go for it.
Yeah.
Just go for it. And then people say yes. And then you're like, oh my God.
Now I have to do it.
Yeah, now I have to do it. And you're kind of scared, but I think that's kind of fun. Like I love having a new thing I have to learn because it's completely different than what I've done before.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Okay. So money. How has your relationship been with money and what you're worth and, how you're able to ask for what you feel you deserve or what you're worth? Is that a challenge for you?
That is a challenge for me. It is a challenge for me because I come from my background. I mostly work with investors who are all like want a deal.
It's all cheap.
It's so I have definitely done that. But what is funny is that I just increased my fees before this even happened. And it took me I haven't increased my fees, Cami, for some of my clients 18 years.
Oh, wow.
And then new ones 10 years. And I was just giving my services away.
And that's in real estate.
Yeah. And it took me so long and was so hard. And I was like, you know what? I work harder than any other manager I know. And I really care. And I really do the best for them. And I was like, and I need to be compensated for that. And, but I was so scared that people were going to say no. And it was like out of 100 clients, one asked me but still said yes. And then even one that honestly I thought was the most frugal one that was gonna leave, she was like, we've had a really good deal for a long time. And I'm like, why did it take me so long? Like I've lost tens of thousands of dollars. So
you left a lot of money on the table.
Yes. And I think they respect you when you know what your value is. And I realized that I was just, and then and the people that don't,
right.
I'm making more in one client now than 3 that I'm like, okay, bye.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm going to work. Why am I working so hard, for someone who isn't going to appreciate my value? And I think that really translated over to having my mindset right for this. That again, I just think all the timing was right.
Yeah. I also think you just said respect. And I find it so interesting that when you ask for what you're worth, you ask for what you want. Mm-hmm. And the consequence to that is not someone walking away from you. The consequence to that is now they respect you more. And what happened before when you weren't asking for what you were worth, or someone says, wow, you were a really good bargain for a long time. Yeah. They don't really respect that.
No.
In fact, they don't.
No.
So you spent these years, not having the respect of the people that you were working so hard for.
Yes.
And that sucks.
Yes.
So now you've got your mindset on always asking for what you're worth. And, every couple years, those rates need to go up. Your experience gets, more expert level, and you have to be compensated for that. It won't take you. That's why I love a flat rate versus an hourly rate, because hourly rate doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to, my very first kitchen design, I think it literally took me like 200 to 300 hours. I don't know. It was so stressful,
Yes.
and now I can do a kitchen in like 10, 15 hours max because I have such expertise in that. I don't overthink it. I don't need to look at a bazillion things. I know everything that's out there. But, if you quantified that in an hourly, it'd look like I made a lot of money per hour.
Yes.
But I think of it as, you're buying my expertise and you know that I'm going to see this project through to the end. You're going to like the outcome. I'm, a trusted, respectable, credible interior designer, and you get paid for that.
Oh.
So I think that's really, really good that you've discovered that. And I think you'll just get more so as you get more into this.
Yes. Yeah. I think I'm still in that boat of where you're at, where I'm just so grateful these people are taking like a leap of faith with me with nothing, that, I definitely am hoping to charge more. I'm not giving my services away, but I feel like I'm just so thankful and grateful to get these, portfolio people that are going to help launch me. And then, I can get those dream kitchens with those higher budgets. So again, for me, it's like a long game, thought process.
Absolutely.
Because I am definitely spending 100 hours on a kitchen and doubting myself. And I'm like, you just need to stop looking at Pinterest and anything else. Just stick with your vision. You know what you want, but it can. I am, since I'm new, I mean, I am doubting myself. I am second guessing and I am changing my mind, and no, those don't flow. So I definitely am looking forward to, kind of where you're at, of just knowing what your vision is and sticking to it. I'm still wading through those.
Oh, you'll be there way before, 12 years.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say, within a year, you're going to be like, I totally got this job. And you'll start having a little bit more fun with it.
Yes.
You'll start realizing that you need to raise your rates, which you just do. Everybody does.
Yeah.
And you'll realize that you'll be in your own integrity, with it. And you'll also realize that you feel grateful towards your clients for this opportunity, but they feel really grateful for you, that you're working this hard, that you're listening, that you're accomplishing this for them. It's very rewarding to be on our side of things because of how much we change people's lives. I mean, these are their homes. This is making a huge impact. And while we're not curing cancer, doing something of that nature, this is like every day of their lives, they get to be in these spaces that we lovingly and carefully and intentionally created just for them, in exchange for money.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but I don't want to downplay it either, because, we've learned that, stress level and all of those things do contribute to our health and deterioration, or the addition, it can take away or add to it. So I do feel like, if someone is not feeling well, and they can heal better in a space that they love and feel like happy to be in. I mean, it literally can be a game changer. I know I feel that way when I come to my home. Like, that's my place to recharge. That's our sanctuary, and where we go when the world outside doesn't feel good,
Yeah.
So when you
it's
add
our
to
safe
that,
place.
when you add to that it's beautiful, it just makes it that much better.
But beauty makes us happy. It actually improves our well-being. That's why people love getting out in nature. It's beautiful. So it's creating that inside too. But those inside spaces are where we spend most of our lives.
No, I agree. Yeah. So, and I mean, and that's how I've always felt, just naturally, so it just
you've known it since
like
you were young.
So it feels like a natural, like progression for me to be doing this. It just, it's just funny how you go in such a like long path the other way to just circle back around to where you started,
But nothing's ever to waste. I mean, or nothing's ever wasted. It's even in what you just learned, in all your years of real estate. Yeah. I mean, excellent customer service, just your work ethic in general, just how to problem solve. A lot of what we're doing, especially in remodels, is problem solving and strategizing. And, you've got good processes in place. And so, I mean, everything we've done for even the college, degree that you did in business, I mean, it all adds up. And we think we're just walking away like, this is my old life. I'm not doing that anymore. No. And, I don't want anything to do with it. I mean, I was a bookkeeper for 15 years while my kids were little, so I could work like 4 hours a day, so I could try, get them in the carpool lane, in the morning and the afternoon. And I was like, I'm never going to do books again. And then I'm like, oh, I'm starting an interior design business. I'm going to be doing books all the time.
Yeah, you're doing mini books for each project and then books for your business.
Yeah, an expert at this. So yeah, it just all adds up.
It does.
So what are you most looking forward to with this newfound knowledge, this new occupation, this career, what are you most looking forward to?
Getting dream kitchens and budgets.
Yeah.
That really get to just, really, that's just what I'm so excited about. I mean, just the tour we went on of your client, I'm like, this is what I aspire to do. Yeah. It's just a whole home, beautiful project like this, just from start to finish. So that's what I aspire to, is just to give someone the whole vision, because right now it's still, the beginning, smaller projects here and there.
Yeah.
So, that part, just the furnishing and just
the big stuff.
Yeah, getting the whole picture. And that is something that's just really neat.
Yeah.
And to also just, develop that portfolio and kind of see what is in your mind, like come to life and be like, I did that. Like I created that. I think it's so fulfilling.
Oh, that'll be a real turning point for you when you get to see your portfolio for the first time online. You're going to be like, I'm real.
Yeah.
I'm
like, who did, like,
I'm legit. And you'll be in love with the work. Like, all designers love their own work.
Yeah. So because it's you, like your vision, like to life. So just
that will be a big turning point for you.
Yeah. I'm just really, that seems so fulfilling and exciting. Like you said, we won't sleep. I literally feel like I have a sleeping problem
you're just so
now
turned on.
I'm so excited. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, it's midnight. Like I'm still doing design and floor plan. Like I need to go to bed.
I know.
But it's like, it's a happy excitement. Like, I can't wait to do it. Like, it's like, okay, get my other work over with so I can look forward to this, and then that's the fun part.
Called having a dream job.
It is. It feels like I'm playing, but I get paid for it. So it's a win. Definitely.
I'm so excited for you. Okay. Well, you keep in touch.
Yes.
And thanks so much for being here.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
We all have a little bit of a different outdoor space situation available to us. But I love being outdoors. It just feels like an extension of my house, but I get to be in a little different environment and see trees and hear birds and FedEx trucks often. So don't forget about those outdoor spaces. It's so important to be able to spend time outside in nature and just have a different experience and vibe than you have inside your house. Also, I can see my outdoor space from inside, so it feels like an extension of that. So I don't want to have this be a forgotten space and not also be a beautiful space that expresses my individual personality and vibe. So hopefully you've got a space that you can dedicate to where you're gonna hang out outside. Maybe you have enough room to put a small love seat or a couple of chairs. Maybe it's just a small patch of grass and all you can do is put a chair or maybe even a picnic blanket. But just being able to dedicate a space outside so you can enjoy the great outdoors and improve your well-being.
We gonna go over shoes? Shoes.
Not sure.
No, I'm like, that'd be a little weird. I'm not really into that.
She's really like, looked at her.
She's like, what?
Yeah, because I know it's that kind of a podcast.
Yeah, exactly. We do a little foot fetish stuff.